Hey y'all, and welcome to the Knights of the Round Table. My name is Jaye Geyer, and I'm here with our Commander-in-Chief, Miss Megan Rose Houchins, the Assistant Principal of School of the Arts here at Central Gwinnett. And I see here that you're from Seymour, Indiana, and you've earned your BFA in acting, directing, and you're from Northern Kentucky University. And then you moved to Atlanta, so quite the change of geography. And so then you became a teacher, actress, and now principal extraordinaire. You've done so much, and I'm so excited to learn all about your story today. As someone who's known you for 3 years, it's going to be so much fun. But first of all, how has your day been?
Well, thank you, Jay, and thank you guys for having me. It's been a lovely day. We had a school council meeting this morning, and at school council meetings, I get to talk about all of the great things that we're doing here at School of the Arts. So I got to update everyone on what's been going on and what's coming soon. So it's been a great day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it with the questions.
I'm excited.
All right. First of all, what influenced you to become an assistant principal?
Sure. Well, the reason I'm an assistant principal is because of School of the Arts. As you said, I was a teacher, and I came here to Central Gwinnett High School in 2016, and I became what was called at that time the Fine Arts Academy coach, because we had a Fine Arts Academy here. So my job was to do community outreach. I also brought in guest speakers, found internships for students in the arts. I did field trips. Basically, I did all of the extra fun things to enhance the students' experience in the arts here at Central. And then another thing that I got to do is be a part of the School of the Arts development team. So we started developing School of the Arts in the fall of 2018. And so at that time, I was brought on board to be part of the planning, to do research, to visit other schools for the arts around the country. We went to Chicago, we went to Texas, we went to everywhere here in Georgia, also South Carolina. So I got to be part of that team who developed and put together and lots of brainstorming and all of the possibilities and all of the ideas, and then that group of people came together and really created what we know now as School of the Arts. And so I became the assistant principal just through that process of being on the team and developing the program. And that was all during COVID, by the way. It was a stressful time, but we did it. So
that had to have been exciting when you found out that they were coming up with a whole art school. As somebody who was doing the fine arts department, that had to have been just crazy exciting. I would imagine that I would just be bouncing up and down, shaking with excitement.
Yeah, it was because we definitely came at it from if I was in high school and I got to go and be a part of something like this, what would I want my experience to be like? So we got to kind of approach it from there. And yes, you're right. That was very exciting. As someone who was already, into the arts from a young age, and then being like, oh my gosh, what could this be? And getting to plan that and develop that, and then to be able to see it through to where it was real. Yes, it's very exciting.
So why did you choose to remain in this career with education and everything?
Okay, thank you for asking that. Like you mentioned earlier, my degree was in acting and directing. And very early on, I had an experience where I got to... I was between jobs. I was between graduating from college and starting my summer job at this outdoor drama in North Carolina. So, I had a very short window of time where I was like, oh, what am I going to do for 2 months? So I went to my hometown, and I ended up assistant directing.
All the principal duties.
I thought I turned that off. I'm sorry. I ended up assistant directing their production of Les Mis. It was one of the first high schools in the whole country that got to do it when it came out for high
That was
schools.
with Katie Stam, right? Miss America.
It was with Katie Stam.
I'm a nerd.
Miss America. It was 2009 Miss America?
Yes.
She was in my production
I
of
love
Les
her.
Mis. She was in the ensemble, and then she became Miss America. Yes. So I got to do that as assistant director, and it was just the best thing I feel like I'd ever done. Working with high school age students
Yes.
and doing theater, which I love. And I just remember sitting in the audience. I might even cry thinking about it. I remember sitting in the audience watching them do that show, and it was just like the best time of my life up until that point. Watching them get to experience what that was like. So that's kind of when I was like, oh, I think I like that. I think I could do that as a career.
Wow.
I'll tell you, before that, I was going to law school. And,
I did not know that one.
yeah, I did. But I decided, not to do that and to instead pursue my teaching certification, which is what I did after that experience.
Wow.
And I've loved it. I don't know. I feel like my personality works with high school students. I don't know. I feel like I've always been able to connect, and I just love to work with high school students. So.
And I mean, tying it back to Les Mis, one of my favorite lines in Les Mis is, "To love another person is to see the face of God."
Mm-hmm.
That line, every single time it's sung, it literally makes me cry. And I
Yeah.
feel like I could just see you in the audience watching that show, in the context of that show. I could totally see why you would be like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, there's so many great moments in that show. So it was definitely, I guess it was career changing, but I guess then it was life changing too. So.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any funny stories or favorite memories from your time at Sota, even though it's only been 4 years?
It has, that's true. Not even 3.5. So I know I've been trying to think. I feel like I laugh all of the time with students and with our teachers, and I do feel like that this is a place of joy and that we have a lot of laughter. So if I'm trying to think of something specific, a moment, or that's really hard because there's so many. But I will. I guess I'll talk about. Taking 100 people to New York City last spring.
That was a blast.
I think just seeing 100 people go through security together and then all get on the plane train together and just
Yes.
walking down the street in Times Square, and I'm trying to keep my eyes on 100 people. And just having that experience with the students. We're here together all the time. But getting to go out in the real world and experience something together outside of school is really special and memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and then a lot of the students ended up going to New York for college, and even your daughter.
That's
for
true.
example.
We did some college visits
So,
that trip too.
Yeah, so that had to have been such a great experience for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great experience for me. I couldn't stay out of New York after that. I went back not even 6 months later to go see Jeremy Jordan and The Great Gatsby and then Anne Juliet. So I love New York.
Fantastic.
I can't wait to go back again whenever that is.
Maybe it'll be soon.
Hopefully. Stay tuned. So who do you look up to?
Okay. I look up to my parents. I'm going to specifically point out my father. My father has been in education for over 40 years. So he became a teacher like right out of college. And then he has taught at the same high school that entire time. I think he's maybe on year 42 that he's a teacher, and he was a football coach. And so when I grew up, I think it kind of makes sense that I am an assistant principal because I grew up. School was what we did. That's what my family did. That's what my dad did. He was a football coach, so we were always very small town. So really, so much of what everyone in the community did was really around the school and the school year, and all of the things that were going on at the school. So, I look up to my dad as an educator, as someone who I try to emulate. He's so great. He's so great. So that's who I look up to, and I try to. They work so hard. My parents work so hard. I think my mom always had 3 different jobs that she was doing at the same time, and my dad coaching multiple sports and teaching and being a leader at his school too. I just, I look up to them. They work hard. They are very focused on education, and being a part of their community in that way. So that's who I look up to. Try to be like.
Aw.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to mom and dad.
Yeah.
So, what is most important to you as a principal? I know that there's so many values and things that I'm sure that you emulate as a principal, but what is the most important? If you can pick, that's a big task.
I mean, I'll tell you my favorite part, and that is going into the classroom and watching the students and the teachers engaging with each other, doing all of the classroom tasks that they do. That is definitely the best part of the job. The teaching and learning that's going on every day, going in and out of these classrooms. I always see what I expect to see, right? I see you guys in here making music every day. Same thing when I walk into the art classrooms and I spend some time in there. I mean, there are students, they're so engaged in what they're doing, and they are accomplishing so much. And walking into a dance studio and just watching the teachers and the students interact. And then, this is year 4, seeing that growth year after year after year, the growth in our teaching, the growth in your learning, that's the best part. That's the most important part.
I mean, the growth I've experienced in my time has been so crazy. Yeah. I mean, just thinking of myself freshman year to now is insane. I mean, and then I'm accomplishing so much thanks to this school and what I've learned from it. So I'm very thankful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're very fortunate that we get to spend time in our arts. We really get to spend time in our art. And so we're fortunate that you guys get to experience so much because of that.
All right. How do you feel about the direction of Sota? So the progression between now and what you hope for it to be in the future, what would you like to see?
Well, it's been very fast. It's gone very quickly. I can't believe, we just had auditions for year 5.
That was so exciting.
And we're bringing in 136 new students for next year. And I can't believe it's already going to be the 5th year. How I feel about it is it's been so fast. It's been so fast. We're graduating our first group of 4-year students.
Yes.
So that's really exciting. And I feel like a lot has happened in a short period of time, that we have had successes. And I just want, I just want to continue going in that direction, to continue, working with our faculty to continue to evolve the programs and see where we can go. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is just seeing us continue to evolve, continue to work with more students, and continue to have, the successes that we have had and see those continue.
There we go. All right. That's sometimes the lights time out. So you kind of answered the question a little bit about the collaboration, and I love the aspect of collaboration here in School of the Arts. I mean, I've done a theater production. I've been working with them with the dramatic writing. I was able to produce a song for them. We work with the art kids. We work with the voice kids. The possibilities are truly endless. So what would you change or add to the program?
It's so funny that that's how you started this question, because what I would change, what I want to do is more of that, what you talked about.
Yes.
I think that we are finding ways to collaborate, but I do wish we had more time to do that. I said earlier that we have a lot of time. We do, but it's still not enough.
It is never enough.
It's still not enough time to do all of the things that I wish we could do. I wish that dancers could be in voice classes, and I wish that I don't know. I wish that we did have more cross collaboration like that, and we do try. All of the things that you mentioned are wonderful examples of where we do find it possible to do some cross collaboration, some cross curricular activities, and I wish we had more time to do that. I think sometimes everyone gets so busy in what they are doing in their arts discipline that we don't always get to find out what everybody else is doing and experience what everyone else is doing. So those moments when we can come together, those are great. I want more of those moments.
And I mean, that's kind of what you talked about today in our ambassadors meeting with supporting each other. I definitely see that. I feel like sometimes even I kind of get a little wrapped up in my own music tech bubble, and I always try to reach out to all of my other friends in the other conservatories for that reason, because I want to maintain those connections.
Absolutely. For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I want everyone to have the time and the ability to work with each other and to celebrate each other and to support each other. And we do that. But I think as we continue and we grow and get better, that's one thing I want to get even better at doing. I also really want to have a Sota field day or kickball game. So if we could add that somehow. That might... I don't have any takers on the field day yet, but I'm trying.
Oh. Now, you know what I would love to see?
Yeah.
I told Tran this the other day, one of the other music tech students. I'm a beast at musical chairs. I would love a school-wide musical chairs because I would love to win that game.
That's what I'm talking.
I'm so good at musical
chairs, three-legged races, sack races, that kind of the thing where you do with the egg. I don't know, something like that. Yes.
Honestly, that would be so fun. I would love to do that with my friends.
See, I agree.
Okay. Now for probably the part that everybody's been most anticipating.
Okay.
We are going to move into our next section, and we have prepared a small activity for you.
Okay.
Since you are an actress, I'm sure everyone would love to see a demonstration. So we are going to have you perform a piece of the script from our first ever spring musical, SpongeBob the Musical, which I was still in 8th grade, and I got to see it in the audience. It was really fun. And honestly, I wanted to go up and dance on that stage. That looked so fun.
Are you going to make me do a character voice? I am so bad at character voices. The worst.
We're going to get through it together. Okay. Pick a script. Any script.
Pick a script. Just the one closest to me.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Should I look?
And brought to you by our amazing, one of our podcast team members, Shaddai. We have some beautiful masks with our characters.
Goodness. I see who I am.
You got to be the main character, Miss Rose.
I cannot do this voice.
Oh, gosh.
I lost out of my last musical in college because I could not do an old lady voice. And they tried and tried for Oklahoma. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Do it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right. I get to start.
Should we set the scene?
All right. So this is kind of where in the musical everything's going crazy, and everybody in the town of Bikini Bottom is freaking out because the world is supposedly ending according to the TV. It's a really funny scene. So let's get started.
Should be. Okay.
Yeah, it better be.
Patrick! You have to pull it together. Breathe in, out. Eyes here.
But you don't understand. I'm stuck inside. I can't watch any of my shows because all that's on the TV is this.
The end is coming. The end is coming. Hey, buddy, I get it. I get stressed out too sometimes. Like when Mr. Krabs says I'm not manager material.
Manager material? You mean like polyester?
He said I'd never be more than a fry cook.
What? You are the most dependable, most responsible, most absorbent sponge I have ever met.
Thanks, Patrick.
Oh, sorry. You just want some respect. I get that, mate. I mean, I have a lot of great ideas, but no one ever pays attention to...
We're getting off topic, Patrick. The point is, we're going to get through this emergency together, and we don't need television as long as we have... Imagine.
Ice cream.
Right.
Imagination.
Right. Because we are BFF.
BFF.
Best friends forever.
I still don't get it.
SpongeBob sings.
La 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 la. See, you're a pro. Oh my goodness.
Total pro. Yes.
You're a pro. I need to work on my cold read skills. All right. We're going to get back into the questions. Okay. So, what was your high school experience like since now you're a high school administrator?
That's right. So I went to a small high school. It was probably about 1,200 students, about half the size of this school. I was very into chorus, very into chorus. That was my thing. We did all of our musicals through our chorus department. I also was a cheerleader. And I was a cheerleader. I got cut my senior year, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm not bitter about it at all. I was on the track team. I threw discus for track. And then outside of school, I was a dancer. There was a dance studio in my town, and so I started dance very young. And I don't think I was 4 when I started dancing, and I did that all through school, through high school, and by the time we reached middle school and high school age, we were doing stuff like parades, and we did the whole dance competition scene, so all of that. So that was a very big part of my life. I did that maybe 5 days a week. And then when I was in high school, I also worked at our local movie theater. So I worked at the movies. So I saw every movie that came out.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So I did a lot in high school. Loved my chorus program. My chorus director had his PhD in he played the organ, so he would take us around to all these churches, and we would sing all over the state of Indiana. And so we did a lot. It was a good experience. Had a great high school experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we've pretty much touched on this question, but maybe do you have a secret drawing hidden talent? Because we've touched like every art form under the sun. You can act. You were in chorus. You danced. Yeah. I do not play any instruments. I could maybe play an egg shaker or like some sort of. We need you in our next Jaws performance.
I'll do the egg shaker. I've done that before. But I don't play any instruments. I wish I did. I wish that like my mom had made me take piano lessons when I was little or something. But and I'm crafty. I am not an artist.
You are pretty crafty, I will say.
I've tried to teach myself graphic design. But, yeah.
We all dabble.
Yeah.
All right. And our final question for everyone. What would you say to the people that ask about Sota and ask what it is?
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
I get asked this question a lot. But today, my answer is Sota is high school, where students have a very strong purpose when they come to school every day. And I think that is what makes it special. When you come here and you are in your classes, you're coming here because you really, really want to.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason.
Yes.
You're already an artist, but you want to get better and you want to do all of these things. And so you come here and you get to do that every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's what makes the Sota experience unique, is that it is filled with students who are here for such a strong purpose. And then we as teachers, as the educators, as your directors and your instructors, we just get to work with you and help you just get better and better and better and become a better artist, but also just a better human being. And I wish that every single kid had such a strong purpose when they came to school every day. I think, other than I have to come to school, but I think that that's what it is. I think it's high school with such a strong artistic purpose that it's special for the students.
I mean, from my own experience, I know so many friends who feel like, I don't know what I would do without this school. I don't know if I could ever have attended a normal, per se, school. And I mean, personally, I don't really know where I would be without it.
Thank you.
I'm going to add a quick little question.
Okay.
For the parents, especially, because I'm sure a lot of parents ask, so why should we send your kid to Sota?
Yeah. Well, for the reason I just said,
Yes,
if they have
course.
if they have that desire, if they have that drive, we're going to take that and we're going to do everything that we can with it to help your student grow as an artist and just as a person.
Yeah.
I've heard so many times, so many parents have said, oh, my kid came home and they said, I found my people. I hear that all of the time.
Yes.
And so I think that's another big part of it is, and I hear a lot of kids say that too. They're, well, when I'm in my class, everybody really wants to be there and they want to do all of the things that we're doing. And so, so I think a lot of families have found that here. Mm-hmm. They've found that their kiddo has found their people when they come here. So I think that's a pretty good reason.
I mean, personally, I've definitely found that I've had to try to find people with common interests to find friends, and that's been incredibly hard in a lot of public school settings, and that's what I really appreciate Sota for. I've found my own friend group, and I think that's what's really special about Sota. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Miss Rose, for
Jay.
coming on the podcast today. It is clear that your impact on all these students and the staff, of course, is what making Sota what it is today. We're so thankful for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Jay. I do.
Yeah. We love you.
I love you guys too.
All right. Well, this concludes this episode of Knights of the Round Table. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.